The day my spirit guide physically appeared in my bedroom in the middle of the night changed my life forever. Looking back, I understand this was the beginning of my journey to becoming a spirit guide medium, spiritual teacher, and an award-winning author. Spirit has guided my life right from the start, even though I didn't always realize it. To be clear, when I talk about spirit, I mean the universal force that's behind all creation. You can also call it God, the universe, the creator, or any other term that makes sense to you. Being guided by spirit does not make me special. We all have that privilege. Like me, you may not realize it, but this guidance is available to you at all times. It comes in the form of spirit guides, who act as the universe's ambassadors. My mission is to teach you how to connect and communicate with these guides so they can help you create a better future for yourself, your family, your community, and the world at large. But first, let me back up and tell you how I started detecting the influence of spirit guides in my own life. In my mid-20s, I was living in Germany and clueless about my direction in life. I knew that I felt a calling deep down in my heart, but I didn't realize what it meant or what to do about it. I felt stuck, depressed, and often wondered if something was wrong with me. I even considered checking myself into a psychiatric hospital because I perceived myself as broken and was looking for a way to fix myself. About 1 month after my 26th birthday, I woke up at around 4 a.m. to find a man I'd never seen before standing in the doorway of my bedroom. He was wearing jeans, but no shirt, no shoes, no socks. His hair was short and black and his skin was brown, and he looked as though he was of indigenous South American ancestry, just like me. And I stared at him and he stared back. And then from out of nowhere, he produced a red glowing orb the size of a baseball that hovered above his upturned, outstretched right hand. And it looked like a tiny version of the sun at dusk right before it appears below the horizon. And he threw it over to me, and I still remember the impact it made as it landed on the bed right next to me. Next thing I knew, I was opening my eyes the next morning and wondering what had just happened. 2 days later, I boarded a train to attend a shamanism workshop in Berlin that I'd signed up for weeks before. I just started being interested in my Colombian roots and wanted to learn more about the spiritual traditions of my indigenous ancestors. The next morning, after arriving at the event location, our teacher, Paul Okoshik, a seasoned shamanic practitioner of over 30 years, had everyone sit in a big circle and introduce themselves. Then he told us we were about to learn how to connect with our spirit guides by going on a trip to the spirit world. After explaining how to do this, he told us that when we met our guide for the very first time, they would often transfer energy to us to help us raise our vibration. This would either be by giving us a loving hug, or sometimes by handing us a glowing red orb. I realized in that moment that the man who had showed up in my bedroom 2 days earlier was one of my spirit guides. I don't remember much of the rest of the workshop, other than that it felt like I'd entered a new world that had been hidden from me before. Intuitively, I sensed that a door had been opened and that I was to embark on a journey that would have a big impact on my life. At the end of the workshop, many of the participants were ready to dive deeper into the subject through follow-up courses on healing, soul retrieval, and other shamanic practices. Our teacher answered their questions about the specifics, but what I'll never forget is that he first told us that he'd already taught us everything we needed. He'd helped us connect with our guides, and they would do the rest. Our guides are our real teachers. They are aware of what our soul came to do in this incarnation on Mother Earth and can guide us on our spiritual path and in daily life. All we have to do is learn how to connect with these cosmic helpers. They can then assist us in aligning with our higher self, discovering our gifts and talents, gaining clarity about our purpose, and receiving general mentorship and guidance. I took no other courses with him, and Paul has sadly passed since then. But with my work, I hope to continue his legacy and enable you to connect with your own spirit guides. Then they can teach you whatever you need to learn so you too can live a spirit guided life. If you want to learn more, read my award-winning book, The 7 Types of Spirit Guide. It's available as ebook, paperback, and audiobook on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Booktopia, Indigo, Waterstones, Hive, and anywhere else books are sold around the world. It's also available in Italian, French, and Chinese.